This is the replay of the live stream. I'm just going to give it a few minutes to let everybody get on. Good morning, everybody. Let me zoom this in a little bit. There we go. Now I can see better. And let's do this. There we go. Whoops. Good morning. Good morning. We're going to get started in just a second. I'm just going to give everybody a couple minutes to get on. My weekend was great. I had a fun gig yesterday. I took the day off, didn't do a damn thing. And yeah, it was nice. Thank you so much, Tiffany. Come on in. Like I said, we're going to get started in just a minute. If you're not aware, I'm looking at YouTube and TikTok. So this is why I look back and forth. I don't know why it looks so dark on TikTok on my screen. Hopefully it doesn't look so dark to y'all. Good morning, Miss Stephanie. So this is our weekly Tarotscope, okay? This is where we get the energy of what's coming up for the week ahead. I'm going to pull cards from Monday through Thursday, and this gives us some insight as to what's on the road ahead and how can we handle this? How can we navigate this? Do we want to embrace this energy, or do we want to navigate through or around this energy, okay? So what we're going to do first, yes, happy Monday. What we're going to do first is we're going to get our fairy blessing, okay? The fairy blessing is like the overall energy that is covered for the next few days. So let's see, focus on the deck. You know what, first, actually, I got ahead of myself. I got excited. We're going to balance our heart chakra. I almost forgot. That's what happens when I have a deck of cards in my hands. I just start using them. So, okay. First, we're going to balance the heart chakra, and then we're going to get into the reading, okay? All you need to do while the bowl is singing is just relax and allow all the heaviness, all the fear, all the anxiety, all of that just like leave the heart space, because we don't want that in there, okay? So here we go. Just breathe. Nice deep breaths. Now let's collectively take one super deep breath in. Fill up your lungs, expand your rib cage, pick up all the heaviness, fear, and anxiety, and blow it out quickly. Just let it go, okay? We don't need that. We don't want that. Now we can do our fairy blessing. That feel good? I love doing that. It feels so good to take those deep breaths. We always need to make sure that we are taking those deep breaths, because typically we don't realize it, but we breathe more shallow, especially when we're stressed out. So if you take those nice deep breaths, you're getting more oxygen, not just to the body, but to the brain and to your pineal gland and everything. And that's what we want, okay? So now back to our fairy blessing. Let's see, what is our fairy blessing for this week? Focus on the deck and ask it, what is our fairy blessing for this week? Ooh, a blessing of the sight. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. I'm showing Instagram. I'm not Instagram, TikTok and YouTube. I'm used to being on Instagram, but no more. All right, so this is number 18, a blessing of the sight. I like that because we've had a blessing of foresight, right? But let's see what the blessing of sight wants to tell us. The fairy gift of the ability to see with the eyes of the spirit. Ooh. Let the fairies now offer you this gift of the sight, this blessing of the eye within eyes, the eyes that can pierce the veil and see into the other worlds that lie all about us and make visible the ones unseen. Fairies have traditionally offered this gift to those who are blessed so that they can see auras, visibly detect energy, and see the energies and the beings with another person. The sight is not like human sight, though. It is fleeting and strange, and like water, if you struggle to hold it, it will slip through your fingers and find its way from you. That's 100% true. As somebody who has seen things beyond the veil, whenever you try to focus on it, whenever you try to like really like face it and focus, it's gone. So this is telling you that like if you try to do that, if you try to control it, it's going to be fleeting. Okay, so let's continue. So it's the gift of fleeting moments of insight to the fairy realms, to see what is within a person, to know yourself and who you are, to have a moment when the limited vision of humanity opens up and know that there is so much more to the world than you've been taught to see. With the blessing of sight, you begin to see more clearly with those beautiful human eyes and appreciate each leaf turn, each flower bud, each color within the rainbow. This now is your blessing to see the world as it is, as magical, and to see within the worlds that overlap these ones as well. Fairy blessings, friend, and use the sight well. I love that because this is telling you that you have this ability. It's not just me, it's not just the other spiritual people on here. This is everybody's ability to see through what is, right? To see actually beyond the veil to what really is. Okay? And so it's telling you like you don't have to control it, you just have to allow it and allow it in, allow yourself to see and then trust in it. Don't second guess it. Don't question yourself. Just be like, okay, I did just witness that. I know this. I feel this. I see it. Whatever you want to say. Okay. And of course, my nose is already running. It wouldn't be alive with me if my nose didn't run. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm so sorry. Okay. I apologize. But when I look, they're gone. Yeah, it's so true. I see lights out of the corner of my eyes all the time. If I talk to them, they come out. Yeah, it's crazy how it happens. But and it's weird. Thank you so much. It's weird how like you can see it out of the corner of your eye, right? Because here's like your human vision. Here's like your spiritual vision, right? And here's your spiritual vision as well, like your third eye. Okay, this is where like you literally see, and here's where like you see. Okay, so out here is like you really start to see things moving and whatnot, and as soon as you turn with your human vision, it's gone. But I have also seen things right in front of me formulate into like an entity, but as soon as I like, kind of went like that, gone, right? So it's when you're in your relaxed state, that's when you start seeing. That's when you have the knowing. Okay. This is why I say if you're doing any type of spiritual work, you want to make sure that you're in a relaxed environment so you can receive those insights, so you can get those visions, so you can hear those things, so you can sense them, know them, whatever it is that you have the strongest ability in. Okay. So, okay. I have no idea what that means, Max. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's choose the tarot deck that we're going to use, okay? So deck number 1, Light Seers Tarot, okay? Deck number 2, I have not used this deck yet. If we use it, this is going to be our first time together. This one to me feels more sometimes like a oracle and tarot deck put together, but we can try it out for the first time if y'all want to. It's going to depend on what y'all vote on. So Light Seers Tarot or the Angel Wisdom Tarot. Y'all vote deck 1 or deck 2, and please only vote one time in the comments so we can keep track. And please help me keep track in the comments. 1 or 2. You heard 1? Okay. 1 or 2. It's kind of mixed on TikTok. Oof. Who's winning on TikTok so far, y'all? Let me know. 1 or 2. This is going to be interesting. See what the total is on TikTok, because it looks like on YouTube, twos have it, but we have a small group on YouTube. We have a lot more on TikTok. Who's winning on TikTok? Can y'all help me out? TikTok seems tied. Oh, goodness. Looks like ones have it. Whoops. Sorry, Marlo. I'm trying to unhide your comment, but it's not. There we go. Okay, you know what, Elizabeth? One's got it. One's got it. So you were right. Flip a coin, right? Let me tell y'all, there is a coin that I do have that I flip. I'm gonna put it in the link in my bio soon, if I can remember. Oh, and this is how I decided to cut my hair or not. You can try this, okay? It's a yes or no coin. It's got yes, and it's got no on it. So what I do, and you can use anything as a divination tool, right? So I held it and I said, is it in my highest good to cut my hair? And I said into a bob, and I flipped it and it said yes. And I said, is it in my highest good to cut my hair today in this bob? And it said yes. And then I said, is it in my highest good to leave my hair as is? And it flipped no. And I was like, all right then, cut it is. So you can do stuff like that. It's fun. And it worked out. Thank you so much. Well, like I was saying, it was so damaged from that girl, the previous hairstylist that I had. She had fried my hair and damaged it so much. I was like, you know what? I'd rather just cut it off and let it go. So my logical mind says the shorter amount of distance it has to go from here to here, the quicker it's gonna, be fresh and new hair. So yeah. Okay. So let's see, focus on the deck, and let's ask the deck, what do we need to know this week, Monday through Thursday? What are our messages Monday through Thursday? All right, let's look at today. We have the Page of Swords. I like that because the Page of Swords is good news coming in, okay? Remember, the pages are always young people, messengers, or apprentices, all right? So you might be getting good news from one of your kids. They might have something really good happen. You might have somebody text you or email you or call you with some good news. It could be that you are looking to learn something new, right? If you want to learn something new, like if you're wanting to get into tarot apprenticeship, then this is like your green light to do that, okay? Because you see the book, you see all the light bulbs, and so they are, and the birds, that's all about gaining wisdom, okay? Good news, fresh ideas, all of that. So this is a really good day to really kind of meditate and see if you're trying to, let's say you're trying to come up with something, like you're working on a project or you're doing something at work, or wanting to, we talked about like last time, like write a book or something, and you're needing ideas. Today is a great time or a great day to go into meditation to receive those ideas, to get those aha moments. Okay, so we'll see what else comes out. All right, tomorrow we have the Lovers in reverse. Now, when the Lovers is in reverse, it can indicate that there might be a miscommunication between you and another person, or there is an important decision that you have made or you do need to make. Okay. It might be that you're dealing with the aftermath of a decision that you made here. Okay. Also, be aware that there may be a desire to make a decision on impulse tomorrow. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that because you want to make sure that every decision that you make is for your highest good, right? And the way that we do that is we sit with it, we check in, and we ask ourselves, is this going to be for my highest good? Just like I even asked simply for my haircut. I mean, it might seem like such a trivial thing, like really you're asking like if it's in your highest good to get your haircut? Yeah, sure do. Sure do. This is how I stay in alignment, and this is how you can stay in alignment. Okay. So be aware that there might be either you or somebody else that you're dealing with acting on impulse. So check yourself, practice the pause, and see what aligns with you, your core values, and all of that. Okay. If you are dealing with somebody who's acting on impulse, back away, set a boundary. Okay. You don't have to deal with that. Y'all need to do tarot apprenticeship. Yeah, Sandy just got her certification this weekend. So y'all give her a big congratulations in the comments. She came to our little certification session because she's wanting to get into advanced tarot that starts in April. And she did her session and she did a fantastic job. She actually read for 2 people and did a wonderful job. And now she's certified. So good for her. So if you are in the self-paced tarot apprenticeship, you can come and do your certification and then you can join our advanced tarot that starts in April. But you have to come and do your certification for the basic tarot first to be able to let into advanced tarot, okay? So, all right, let's look at Wednesday. Wednesday, we got the Tower. Okay, Wednesday's not going to be the best day, you guys. I'm just letting you know. Excuse me. Okay. This might be something that happens just collectively, like in society, or it might be something that happens to you, okay, in your world. So the Tower is about things falling apart, sudden and unexpected change, okay? Now, when we're personally going through a Tower moment, it sucks. However, after we go through the Tower moment and we, kind of clear up the rubble, we turn and we look and we're like, okay, that needed to happen. Okay, like it's like hindsight is amazing with the Tower card. It's scary when you're going through it, but afterwards, you get it. Okay, so it could be that you receive some shocking news on Wednesday. It could be that maybe, again, like I said, something with society happens on Wednesday and it's like a shocking and unexpected event. However, this is divinely inspired. This is not negative. It's not evil. It's not anything bad. It just feels like it at the time, okay? Because, hang on, let me put these down. This lightning bolt on the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, let me grab it because I'll show you. Yes, it absolutely leads to better things. Okay, in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, okay, you see the lightning bolt, right? You see these little sparks. These are actually called yods or yodes, however you want to pronounce it, okay? What that means is the finger of God, okay? So it's God's source energy creating this change because it was not sustainable the way it was going. Does that make sense? So whatever it could be personally or all of us collectively, whatever has been going on that day in particular was not sustainable, so it needs to fall away. Right? So that's why I say the Tower card is not a bad card. It's not an evil card. It's not a punishment card as far as like what it's going to do for your life. Okay. Now, listen, if you're the one doing shady shit, then yeah, it's going to feel like punishment because you're getting your karma. Right? But all in all, the Tower card is the universe looking out for you. The Tower card wants you to succeed, and so it causes these sudden and unexpected changes for you to like get your path cleared. It's kind of like going through a breakup and then you have your glow up, you transform your life, and you're like, oh my God, I needed that to happen. I needed that push, right? So there you go. All right, let's look at Thursday. There we go. Queen of Pentacles. Look at her sitting pretty. Okay. So the Queen of Pentacles on Thursday is kind of like, you know what? Yesterday was a rough day. Today, I'm going to take care of myself. Today, I'm going to nurture myself. I'm going to get back to business. I'm going to do things the way that I want to, because she's very Capricorn energy. Okay. It's a good day for business, good day for work, good day for, entrepreneur, all that stuff. But it's also about making sure you're taking care of yourself. You take care of everybody else, but you got to also take care of yourself. So maybe if you can, get out into nature. If you can, make a plan about what needs to change in your life. How do you want to rebuild? How do you want to restructure things in your life? Right? Because again, she's very like Mother Nature like type of energy, but she's also like boss ass energy. Okay. So we have two major arcana happening, not so easy energy, but it could be that if you make this decision on impulse on Tuesday, that might be what comes crashing down on Wednesday. Okay. If you allow somebody to make a decision for you on impulse on Tuesday, it could come crashing down on Wednesday. But that's just saying that whatever you were doing or whatever was going on was not sustainable, and it needed to come down because you have to build on a solid foundation. And if you're not building on a solid foundation, then it's just going to be wobbly, kind of like that game Jenga, right? So let's look underneath the deck. Look at there. We have the Magician. Okay? There's manifestation happening underneath the surface. There is something working together. So think about, let me grab it again. Okay, the Magician has all the elements right here, right? He uses the elements to create whatever it is that he wants to experience on this earth, right? So the Magician is understanding that things need to be moved. Alchemy needs to be done in order to manifest whatever it is that you want, in order for things to come together, to focus that energy. So this is telling you this week, you're focusing your energy on what it is that you want to bring in, okay, or whatever it is that you want to get out of your life. Again, we have the Lovers in reverse. So watch your communication with other people on Tuesday. Watch your decision making on Tuesday. Don't do things off of impulse, because it's not going to turn out well for you. Okay? It's telling you to stop and listen, stop and connect, tap into that feminine energy, and then you will be steered in the right direction. Okay? Wednesday, look out for, you may experience a bad storm on Wednesday. It might be something as simple as that. So it's like, prepare yourself. If you know that there's bad weather coming, what are you going to do to prepare? Okay. Driving, watch your driving. People are crazy these days when it comes to driving, especially here in Texas. So watch your driving. You don't want to get into an accident. Just be aware. It's not saying, oh my God, doom and gloom, you're going to freaking have this catastrophic event. It could be that a project is like null and void now, or maybe you lose your job. There's some sort of sudden change to happen on Wednesday to change your trajectory. Okay, it's nothing to be afraid of. This is divinely led. All right, this is not the devil card. This is divinely led progress, because there are things going on underneath the surface, chess pieces being moved to get you to where you need to be. Does that make sense? We're supposed to have a snowstorm on Wednesday again, and that's unusual for, okay, see, there you go. That could be it. We have another 14 inches of snow coming on Wednesday. Both of y'all, oh my gosh, 14 inches, holy cow. Well, prepare yourselves, right? And just make sure that you have enough things to stay warm, obviously have enough food, and you're doing all the things just to make sure you take care of yourselves, just in case like you lose electricity or something like that. So there you go. The cards know, you guys, the cards know. Wow, all of y'all are getting snow. We just have cold weather. I think we might get rain, but that's about it. I wish it was snow. If it's going to be cold, it needs to be snowing. That's my own opinion. Otherwise, it needs to be warm. Warm and sunny. Let's see what else we need to know. And we have the blessing of sight. Remember, we have the blessing of sight. So that is your intuition. What is your intuition telling you this week? Tap into that. Maybe write it down. Be like, you know what? I'm really feeling this. Write it down. That way you can go back and reference it. Okay. And it's telling you on Tuesday, there might be something that you need to do on impulse. Like you have this knee-jerk reaction to something and it's something that you need to take care of. Okay, that's fine. But if it's in accordance to, like, you're just making an off-the-cuff judgment and it's just on impulse or desire, it's telling you to beware. Okay. It could be that maybe you're having a discussion with somebody that you're in a relationship with. This doesn't have to be a love relationship as far as like romantic. It can be family, it could be friends, it could be coworkers. And you're like, you know what? I'm done with this. Because the lovers in reverse can indicate a separation. Like, I'm no longer going to participate in this stuff. Okay. It says snow for us Friday and Saturday. Oh, wow. All the way down there. Interesting. Yeah. It changed for us to rain, so I don't know. I went to Costco and I'm making baby cakes for the American. Aw. Gonna put off buying wire for the project. Pick up your overpriced eggs, right? No shit. That's funny. Okay, let's focus on the deck and ask it what else we need to know. Oh, look, we have the world. Isn't that interesting? We're going to read this one. I love it. It's number 29. Okay, so the world, expansion, opening up. The man in this picture is looking out over a bay above which the beautiful sphere of the earth is rotating. This card is reminding you to expand your vision and contemplate some much broader options. The world is wide, so there's a lot out there to consider. In the modern age of technology, this could specifically be referring to creating or expanding to a more global network through the internet or social marketing. Drawing this card also lets you know that you have unlimited resources available to you, and now is the time to think big. As they say, the world is your oyster, so get ready to gobble it up. Okay? So what is 29? 2 is the feminine receptive energy, right? It's balance, it's duality, it's making decisions. 9 is that higher wisdom. It's things coming to fruition because you understand the bigger picture. Like you get it. Kind of like the Tower card is saying, hey, like, because the divine can see things that you can't, right? So then we put it together and it's 11. 11 is a master number. 11 is the philosopher. 11 wants to connect to the higher realms. It wants to understand the bigger picture. Okay? So that's why I'm saying on Tuesday, if you're having to make a big decision, it's not the best day to do so. But if you do, make sure it's not on impulse. Make sure it's something that you have checked in with. Make sense? And then we have the Page of Swords today. With, like I said, we have the good news coming in today, or the opportunity to learn something new, or something good happens to one of your children. And this is telling you, like, opportunities are so open right now. And it could be that the Tower needs to happen on Wednesday to really open up the avenues for you. And that's why I say, like, be careful when you talk about wanting a new career or wanting a new job, because you will lose your job that you currently have. Because why? Because it's creating the void. You need a void to be filled. That's why, like, if you're wanting a relationship, you have to create, like, a love relationship. You have to create that void. You can't be looking for a new relationship while you're in one, because what that's doing is it's creating negative karma. But if you leave the toxic relationship you're in and you heal from that, you've now created a void to allow the other person in. Okay? So many different ways in your life that you can create that void, because the universe loves to fill a void. It is not like empty spaces. I'm in Chicago and it's 7 degrees, but it feels like, ooh, -1. Gosh. Okay, good. I'm glad y'all are prepared. Okay. It does go with the vision blessing. Yep. It's telling you to see beyond. You want to be able to see beyond. And the magician can do that. The magician's at the bottom of the deck, right? The magician understands, like I said, alchemy. It understands that there is so much available that you can bring down anything into this reality, whatever it is that you want. But you have to understand that if you are participating in things that are not good for you, then you are getting in your own way, and eventually it's going to come crashing down. Okay. But like I said, the tower doesn't have to be personal. It can be something that happens on a societal level. And it's like, okay, well, that needed to happen because this is a positive card. It is a divinely led card. Okay. So don't be afraid, be aware. All right. What else? Ooh, now we have Field of Dreams. Look at that. This is another message of like abundance and anything is possible. Let me read this to you. I love reading my oracle cards. If you don't know, I think it's fantastic to read them because they have great messages and great insight. Tarot, you need to memorize. Oracle, you do not have to, okay? So here we have the Field of Dreams. I mean, look, if you're going to be just an oracle reader, then obviously you do need to know what your cards mean. You need to like get more familiar with them. But I use tarot primarily, and I use oracle to support the messages in my tarot cards. So I don't even try to memorize my oracle cards because I have so many decks. It's ridiculous. Okay. Field of Dreams. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are always engaging the vast field of pure potential. This is the perfect time to harness the field of vast potential not yet realized in your life. Great abundance is yours if you're willing to do the work alongside the gentle gardener. Be clear about your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Concentrate on your best life regardless of the temporary outer conditions imposed upon you by the greater world, which has its own story to tell. You have a basket full of seeds that are quite powerful, for your talents are divinely inspired and will indeed lead to a great harvest to be shared with others. You will reap what you have sown. Dream big, dream beautiful, take action, excuse me, and tend to the garden of your life and experience the extraordinary. I mean, we have two messages. They're both 21, 29. Okay, both starting with twos. What is two? Two, again, is that receptive energy. It's the feminine energy. It's the one that can receive, right? The divine abundance, the divine opportunities. Two is also balance. You have to be in a balanced state to be able to receive. Okay. Two also represents making decisions. Again, like I said here, there is a decision that needs to be made on Tuesday. And it could be that you get this good news today and you're planting those seeds today. Maybe you are spreading the good news of whatever it is that you want to bring in. And then you have to make the hard decisions and you experience this massive change on Wednesday. Okay. So it's telling you maybe the massive change on Wednesday is something that happens in society. And you're like, okay, I see that, but I'm creating my own reality. This is not a psychosis inducing delusional. This is like my reality is I'm going to thrive even though my external reality is showing me limitation. You got it? Because if you let everything going on collectively right now influence how you're going to see your potential and your opportunities, then you're screwed. Okay? So you have to say, I'm going to thrive even though we're in an inflated market, even though all this shit is happening and blah, 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 right? You can still thrive in all of the chaos. People do it every day. All right, let's see what else. Thank you. Appreciate the comment on my glasses, Dan. Appreciate it. You needed to hear this? Good. Well, I'm glad you're here. All right, what else do we need to know this week? Follow. Focus on the deck. And let's see. Look at there. We have fast progress. Okay, I'll read these to you. Fast progress. Move forward with swift precision and do what must be done now. This page does not move slowly. Think of it, like I said, pages are young people. They're messengers, they're apprentices, right? Think about young people. They do not move slowly. This talk about like children level, okay? They don't move slowly, they move quickly. When they're excited, they're like, I want to go tell everybody, I want to do this, I want to do that. They have so much energy. And this is telling you, you have the opportunity to make fast progress, okay? Charge ahead. Embrace courage and determination for forging your path with confidence and readiness to overcome obstacles. Let me read that again since I fumbled. Embrace courage and determination, forging your path with confidence and readiness to overcome obstacles. Well, here's an obstacle, right? Something happens. You're like, nope, I'm not letting this deter me. Okay. And there's something with circles or spheres this week. I don't know what that means yet, but we have the moon showing up in the background. There you go, TikTok. See it, YouTube right here? The moon. We have the magician and his little whirlpool of energy. We have the world. We have the eggs. I know they're not spheres, but close enough. We have the pentacle. You know what I'm saying? Like that just like a step or poking out at me. We have two little spheres down here too. So you remember y'all, those of y'all in tarot class, sorry you guys, my brain works so much faster than my mouth. Those of y'all in tarot apprenticeship, I've told you that whenever you're doing readings, sometimes certain things in the cards will stand out when in the past they didn't, right? That's what's standing out to me here. Something connected maybe to the moon, maybe connected to the world, something about spheres, circles, whatever. Maybe something's coming full circle. I don't know. I just want to put that out there in case that makes sense to you later on. You can let me know on Friday. So yeah. Okay, let's keep going. You know we got to use the Kipper deck because I do love this deck. And it could be, you know, like this protective bubble. It could be energy work. You know, like whenever you put yourself in your white light bubble, it can be that, right? Your circular bubble of protection. Whenever we're doing energy work, we work with balls of energy, you know, something like that. Hang on, Sandy, let me unhide this if it'll let me. Gosh. We are having planetary alignment on the 20th. Oh, okay, maybe that's something. Okay. Let's see. What else do we need to know this week? We have journey. We have look at this, right? We have fast progress and charge ahead. We have journey. We have the world. We have field of dreams. We have all these messages about being on a pathway, about thinking bigger, dreaming bigger. Okay. So I definitely would not be worried about Wednesday. Okay. Because like I said, the tower shows up, it could be that there's a sudden and unexpected change. And that doesn't always mean something negative. Okay. Maybe something else had to fall apart so you could step in. And I know that might sound negative at first, but it's not. Something needs to be moved out of the way for you. But the journey card and the Kipper deck is telling you you're on the right track. You're on the right path. Don't let things derail you. Don't let what you see outwardly influence how you manifest. Okay? Maybe this whole week is about you being able to manifest and learning lessons about manifesting. Okay? About how you are personally working with the energy. What is it that you're working on? What are you trying to manifest? And how are you letting this outward influence mess with you? I watched a video the other day that it just popped in my head. Um, of this lady, she was teaching acting classes, okay? And they were talking about how, like, you have to get emotional in some scenes. You have to be able to cry, you have to do all these things, right? And you have to be able to connect. And she's like, listen, when you're in or on set, she's like, there's so much going on. And she said, they'll tell you, okay, up next is this scene, be ready in 10. And you have to sit there and you have to block everything out and find that connection to that emotion so you can act, through that scene and the proper emotion. And that's exactly what it's like when you are working on aligning, when you're working on manifesting, is you have to block everything out and connect and focus. Because think about it this way, the person that is doing the acting, they're not really in that situation. What are they doing? They're putting themselves figuratively in that emotion and their body is responding. Does that make sense? So, whenever you are connecting to your thoughts and your emotions, your body responds and then the universe responds. Okay. But you have to learn how to block everything out, block out all the chaos, all the bullshit, stop listening to the bullshit news and all that crap. And you focus and you manifest your journey. Okay. Spheres, unity, perfection, divine order, journey of personal growth. I like that. Thank you, Denise. I hear that song, Nothing's Gonna Break My Stride. Oh, I love that song. I love that song. So true. I feel most aligned when I'm laying quiet in a dark room. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a thing. It takes a lot of practice to be able to block out the noise, right? To block out all the negativity, to block out even your own thoughts, your own like self-deprecating BS, but you have to practice it. And it takes time. Let's pull from this deck. What else do we need to know this week? Oh, we have chair. Look at that. It says wait, taking no action, not the right time, holding back, or avoiding. So it's asking you, where are you? Okay, especially on Tuesday. Are you not taking action on the things that you know you need to because you're avoiding? Maybe you are procrastinating because you feel overwhelmed. Maybe you're procrastinating on something because you don't feel like you deserve it. Maybe, again, on Tuesday, you need to hold back for a second. And like I said, step back, practice the pause, come into alignment, and then decide if that's right for you. Okay? So you have to decide where you are with this card. It's like, if you feel like the urge to do something, it's like, okay, well, let's make sure it aligns. And if it does, go for it. But are you pausing and hesitating as well because you're scared? Don't be afraid. Life is just an experience, right? We talk about this all the time. Life is just an experience. And, if it works, great. If not, okay, moving on. I know you usually don't, but can you pull a clarifying card for the Tower? Whoops, I got to pull from the right deck. Almost pulled from another deck. For the Tower. We have the Two of Cups in reverse. So, Marlo, I don't know if that's specifically for you, my dear, but yeah. Two of Cups in reverse indicates that there is another person that you're dealing with, that you're no longer on the same page. And so something could be you get into a big argument. It could be that the relationship falls apart. It could be the partnership falls apart, something like that. You got it? Okay. Mm-hmm. You're welcome. Whoop. All right now. All right, let's see what else we need to know. What are the dominant emotions that run my life? Ooh. Is it fear? Is it excitement? Is it love? Is it joy? Is it peace? What emotions run your life? Okay. How do you feel your day? Stress or joy? Trust or anger? Anxiety or peace? We have only today, right now. I'm sorry. We have only today, right now, the journey. So there's a big emphasis on journey today, this week. Okay. No goal, no destination will bring us the feeling we seek. But when we begin filling every day with that which we value most, we will attract more of it. This is fulfillment. Remember how I've said what you focus on is what you're telling the universe you want more of. Okay? Today's soul action, or we could see it as this week's soul action. Lean into what you want to feel and adjust your life, your values, and your expectations to match your desires. What do you want to feel? Are you willing to let go of the belief that you have to achieve something to feel it? To feel it. Gosh, feel and feel. With a Southern accent, we kind of get screwed up. Hey, Sean. Those of you that are new, Sean, right here, is my mentor. She taught me tarot, metaphysics, all the things. So yeah, love her. So it's asking you what are the emotions that are running your life? Because the things that you're feeling the most, that you're allowing yourself to feel, is the things that you're telling the universe, yeah, this is what I want more of. This is what I enjoy. I love feeling fear. It's so much fun. I love feeling afraid and doubtful. No, you have to switch it. And I can't do it for you. You have to do it yourself. All right, let's see what else. What else do we need to know? Focus on the deck. Good for you, Elizabeth. What else do we need to know this week? Playfulness. Ooh, I love that. Why? Why do we need playfulness? Well, when we have the Page of Swords here, okay, pages, they want to be playful. They're young energies. And the universe wants you to be playful. The universe wants you to play pretend. Maybe that. Maybe, like I was saying earlier, we don't want the toxic delusion, but we want the positive delusion of, this is what I want to experience. This is what I want to feel in my area. Ooh, this is what I want to feel in my experience. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they play make believe, but remember how I said, when you start imagining something, your body responds. Like I was talking about the lady that was teaching acting lessons, and she was saying you have to block out everything to get yourself into that space, right? You're playing pretend. You're creating this reality, and your body's responding. So when we ask ourselves, what are the dominant emotions that run my life? Okay. What are you playing pretend as? What are you making your body respond to? Are you traumatizing yourself and your body over and over again by constantly being in these negative emotions? Or are you allowing yourself to be like the magician and manifest a new reality, a healthy body, more peace, more love, more abundance, all of that? Because you're letting your body feel that joy and feel that happiness and feel that peace. You can even ask yourself, or ask the universe, what would it feel like to feel peace and calmness and happiness, whatever you want to ask the universe. And then you let yourself be in that emotion, because you can choose to feel it right then and there. Okay. And then your body's going to respond. Does that make sense? So there might be some sort of dramatic change that happens on Wednesday with the Tower card, but you're like, you know what? I see why this needed to happen, or I'm accepting of what is, and I'm going to go within and I'm going to feel that calmness and peace. And I'm going to see, how do I want to move forward from here? How can I block out all the noise, all the chaos, and manifest my own peace, my own progress forward? How can I see through what, it's kind of like, how can I see through what the human eyes can see and see beyond? Does that make sense? Because that's what the fairy blessing was, a blessing of sight. Okay. It's allowing you through what can be chaos this week. It's allowing you to see through it all, to find that calmness and peace, because you have this knowing, you have this inkling, you have this like, there's something telling me this. And that's what you want to pay attention to. It's a challenge, but we're working through it. Yeah, it is a challenge. But you know what? Challenges are meant to be overcome. So, yeah. I was more playfulness in my life so much. Everything is so serious in my relationship. I want laughter and play so bad. Oh, there you go. Yeah, see? I've had a thorn in my side for a long time. I need to give in and listen to it. Yeah, Marlo, you have to really, when you're coming up to a tough decision, and I know we've talked about this before, but I love to reiterate things, because sometimes we kind of hear it, but then when we really need to hear it, it sinks in. So we have to really ask ourselves, am I willing to put myself through this misery for the rest of my life? Or am I willing to make the difficult decision and to go through a short period of discomfort so I may have joy and peace and happiness and whatever it is in the future for the rest of my life? It's like, do I really want to be putting myself through this for the remainder? Like, that would suck. All right, let's get our money message. Yes, all things are a blessing in disguise. Yep. All right, what is our money message for the week? Focus on the deck. Okay, so we have media. We were just talking about that earlier. I was talking like, don't watch the freaking news. All right, let's see. Step into the spotlight and get seen. Don't allow your talent to go unnoticed. Again, here we go, you guys. Stop hiding. Okay, it doesn't mean you have to step out on social media. Maybe you want to write a blog. Maybe you want to do something else. Maybe you want to be a social media manager. Maybe you do want to be in social media, but you're afraid. You got to stop being afraid. Here's the thing. Here's what you're going to learn as you get on social media. There are people that will like support you and be happy for you and will learn from you or buy from you, whatever it is. And then there's going to be people who are just fucking miserable and they want to try and make you miserable. You ignore those people. Okay? Don't put any stock in them. Just see them for what they are. I used to have some pretty thin skin when it came to social media. Like when I would have a video go viral, I've always been somebody who like stands up for the underdog. I've always been the person who speaks out against things, right? So whenever I started getting more and more into TikTok, I noticed the scammers. I noticed all this other stuff. So I started speaking out about it. And then here comes all the hate from the people that were, afraid of what I was speaking out about. And I would get so much anxiety when my videos would go viral, and they would go viral. And I would just like, it would freak me out. And then I finally got to the point where I was like, oh God, these people are just, number one, they're miserable. And number two, they're angry because they were getting away with something and I just pointed it out. I just shed light on it. I never called anybody specific out. All I said was, here's what to look for. Here's what I wouldn't go for, blah, blah, blah. Right. And they called themselves out and they hated that. Okay. So I was like, I finally saw them for who they were and I stopped taking it so personally. I've had people make videos about me, whatever. Like, I really don't care, because I consider the source. And that's what you have to do. You have to consider the source, right? All right, so here, A career in television, radio, magazine, or any mass media job might be perfect for you. That's what I was saying. Like, it could be you want to create a blog. Maybe you want to do social media management. It could be different things. Maybe you do want to be on TV. Fuck, go for it. Number 3, it might be time to get more publicity if you want to increase your finances. Yeah, you got to be seen. If you're trying to have your own business, like a lot of people are doing these days, and it's perfect time to do so. Like, you gotta get your ass out there one way or the other. You need more publicity. You got to be seen in order to make money. Thank you so much, T. People do not like accountability. They do not, and it really shows. You know what? This deck keeps staring at me, so let's use this one. What else do we need to know? Look at that. Love yourself. Can you see it? There we go. Learn from all the makeup girlies. You gotta put something behind it for it to focus. Love yourself. Okay, it's number 10. And 10 is about, 10 is connected to the Wheel of Fortune, right? When you love yourself, you start seeing the world change. You start seeing people treat you differently. Now, there's going to be some people who are like, who do you think you are? And all that. Those are the low vibrational people that are threatened by you just finally loving and accepting yourself. Okay. Then you're going to have the people that come closer to you because they're finally realizing, who your authentic person, who your authenticity. They're recognizing your authenticity and they love it. God bless America. I can't even freaking speak. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, they'll come closer to you because you're finally being yourself. And they appreciate it. And they love who you are. Okay? 10 is also the result after completion, right? You're like in this space where anything is possible. And it's like we always say on a level 1 to 10, right? We always say 10 is the highest. Well, when you love yourself, you're at your highest vibration. Okay? So do that. Try it. Try it on for size. Just for this week. Say, you know what? This week, I want to know what it feels like to love myself. And maybe write down, here's what it feels like, or here's what I think of loving myself. Here's what I think it represents. Write it down, everything. I wash my face morning and night. I set boundaries. I do this and this and that. Try it. Try doing all those things this week and see what happens. All right. It's time for the Rebel deck. If you're easily offended, then we were on Spirit Cruise together. Oh, awesome. That was a fun cruise. I had a great time. Okay, this is the Rebel deck. So, Marlo, are you talking about this card, the Love Yourself? That was the last one I just pulled. So, okay, yeah, the Rebel deck will call you out. It will hurt your feelings in the best way. Yeah, energy vampires do not like it when you love yourself. Okay, what is our message for this week? Okay. Stop texting, stop stalking, stop checking on that person. Just fucking stop. Spend your time on someone worth it. Don't waste it on ridiculousness. Ooh. So if you're not in a relationship, this is how this card can resonate with you, okay? This is telling you, stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop following people and not doing anything for yourself, okay? Focus on what's important. Focus on, so spend your time on someone worth it. Well, aren't you worth it? I mean, hello. Did you automatically think of somebody else? What about you? You're worth it too, okay? It says don't waste it on ridiculousness. Stop wasting your time and your energy and your efforts on things that aren't meant for you. Stop comparing yourself. That is ridiculousness. Let me tell you that. I used to be there. I used to compare myself all the time. Like, why do they get it and I don't? Like, what is wrong with me? And then I finally realized there's nothing wrong with me. I was doing it to myself. I was doing something wrong with me. That's really what was wrong with me. It's me self-sabotaging. So you're probably doing the same thing. Stop it. And if you are stalking somebody, if it's a relationship issue, knock it off. It's a waste of your time and energy. Okay? Think about it this way. When you're in a relationship, your brain starts secreting these chemicals, right? And it gives you dopamine, it gives you all these other good feelings, okay? So it's like a drug addiction. When you go through a breakup, you're like going through detox, okay? So what you have to do is you have to cut that completely off. Like, you don't text them, you don't call them, you don't stalk their social media, you don't do anything because your brain needs to go through that detox. And every time you reconnect, you get that dopamine hit, you're starting yourself all over again. Okay? So think of it as an addict when you're going through a breakup. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to quit cold turkey and I'm going to do something positive for myself. Okay? So if you are stalking people or just following people and you're just wishing and hoping and you're not doing anything for yourself, well, what do you need to do? Get off of fucking social media and go do something for yourself. Okay? Start your progress because otherwise you're just holding yourself back and you're never going to cross that finish line. Okay? So I hope this helps you. I hope you have a wonderful week. If you missed the whole reading, don't worry. It's all going to be up on YouTube for the replay. If you're watching this on YouTube, everything is down in the description. All links to everything, to the tribe, to tarot apprenticeship, to my tarot community. All that's in there. TikTok, everything is linked in my bio, okay? If you have not checked out the tribe, do so. I haven't updated the page, but in the tribe, you get access to my tarot community. We have fun challenges. We do live events. We have our own chat page so you can ask questions, celebrate your wins, do all the things, all of that. This is a place where we get together and we uplift one another and we just grow, okay? So check out the tribe. It is women only. Sorry, gentlemen, but you can get into the tarot community, gentlemen, so you can practice, okay? If you are in the self-paced tarot apprenticeship and you want to get into our advanced tarot class, DM me or email me because you need to come to do your certification session and then you can get into advanced tarot when we begin. I think it's April 8th. I have it scheduled for. I'll make sure, but yeah. Okay. So all the things are linked. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me. But otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful week. I will see you right back here Friday morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll look at what's coming up for us for the weekend, okay? All right. Love you all. Have a wonderful week. See ya.